Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
Here, what's going on, guys? This is a special episode of Four Sides of the Ring featuring the Deans of Hate U University. We got 2 corners, 3 ropes. That's it. And we got Brandy acting as the voice of God. Welcome, my brother Nick Ram. Martin, how we doing today, brother?
What is going on, bro?
Listen, we almost didn't record today, but I was like, fuck it. I was like, it's going to be me and Nick Ram, Brandy as the voice of God. We're getting an episode out today.
We're doing it.
You know what? Honestly, you know why? Because Nick Ram wants to record during SmackDown tomorrow, and it's a go home show for 2 of their shows.
And it's trash.
It doesn't matter.
Go home shows are trash, okay?
It doesn't
I watched
matter.
3 of them this week. They were all bad.
I heard Collisions was pretty good tonight.
I didn't watch Collision.
I heard Collisions was pretty solid. And I'm not gonna hold you. SmackDown ends at 11. I don't want to record from 11:30 to 1 a.m. I don't want to do it, yo. So here we are. We got a lot of shows this weekend. Is this the greatest? Is this the greatest wrestling weekend of the year?
Yeah, man. The pettiest weekend of the year is now the greatest weekend of the year.
Is this the greatest wrestling weekend of the last 5 years? Do you think this weekend surpasses Mania weekend by itself?
Yeah.
Are you saying that as a mark?
No, I'm saying that because it's like for Mania weekend, your next biggest shows were, and this is no disrespect to them, were GCW, like Bloodsport, which there was only like 3 Bloodsport matches I was actually into. You know what I mean? It was like, unless you're really into the indies, this doesn't really hold a candle to it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's fair.
It's like, this is like WWE got petty, and they were like, you know what though? Shit gonna smack, and shit does smack, bro. When I was writing down these cards, I was like, holy shit! I was like, these might be good little shows.
Is Great American Bash also this weekend? Or is that next weekend?
Yes, I forgot all about that one. Jesus, yes, it is.
You know what's weird about doing Evolution this weekend, like after Saturday Night Main Event? The weirdest thing about it is now you have these 2 cards with no women on it. Right, you know what I mean? Because you want to headline all your women to the Evolution show.
Well, the NXT card still has 1 woman match.
Oh, what's the match?
It's a tag match with Jordan Grace and Mariah May against JC Jane and Fallon Henley.
Yeah, but that's just a precursor to the Evolution match.
Right. It's so whoever gets the pin is definitely not getting the pin on the next match. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Yeah. Listen, typical go home booking. Can't be mad at it. But yeah, we got 4 pay-per-views this weekend. Could you imagine if Peacock didn't exist and you had to pay out of pocket for these? How mad would you be? Honestly, like that's insane. Like 50 for this, 50 for that, 50 for this. I'd be heated. I'd be disgusted.
I only watch
1,000%. There's, you know what's the shitty part about it? Roman's coming back Saturday night, right? Let's start with Saturday Night Main Event. Let's spark that, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go into it. So Saturday Main Event, we got LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. Honestly, Brandy as voice of God, he's gonna strike me now. I don't care for Seth Rollins' heel run. I like him as a tweener.
I think this is just a way to somehow right Seth from cashing in. LA Knight goes into a table, he gets taped up. It's just not gonna happen.
Just to keep him occupied.
Right.
Listen, I will say more than that though. This is a welcome party for LA Knight though. LA Knight's been in mid-card purgatory for a while. Even his match against Roman at Saudi didn't feel like it was really like go time, even though it was for the world title. Because we knew that Roman was dropping the title at a Saudi show that wasn't a Mania. That was just out of left field. But this feels like a going out party for LA Knight. And the one thing I will say about LA Knight is he is a playoff riser. When it is a PLE, he elevates his in-ring game. So I will give him that. He balls out on PLEs. Regular Fridays, don't want to see him. PLEs, baller.
But you also have to think like for LA Knight, this isn't going to go anywhere for him. Even he's going to lose. Let's be honest. He'll lose. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, something happens. Seth wins. But it's already clear that the next person going for the World Heavyweight title is CM Punk. So it's like, I don't see where LA Knight is getting back in the main event picture. It's just keeping Seth busy.
I feel like when the draft happens, LA Knight will be moved to Raw. Raw has been doing that for decades now. Whenever SmackDown has a rising star, they move them over to Raw, and they just put all the development people that aren't Monday night ready on Friday. And obviously they keep a couple stars on Friday just to keep the show afloat. But let's be honest. Mondays is the A show, allegedly. But let's see what happens, man. Maybe LA Knight pulls out a shocker. But I do have Roman coming back this match. It's gonna be the numbers game. Remember, Sami Zayn now.
I don't got Roman coming out for that.
I got Roman coming.
But I do have a margarita in my hand.
Listen, there's too many matches. I will say this: we probably can't do margarita matches because there's 4 wrestling cards going on this one show.
Alcohol
you know
poisoning.
What I mean? Three. But alcohol poisoning will be absolutely blasted. You know what I mean? Don't drink this. Don't do margarita matches. So who you got? LA Knight, Seth Rollins.
Give me Seth Rollins.
All right. I do see Seth taking it, but I do give a slight nod to LA Knight. We got Randy and Drew McIntyre. So I've been out of the wrestling loop for a little while now. Didn't Drew just come back and how did we get this match? How did we get here to this point?
Honestly, bro, it's random as hell. This is Drew's first match back since his last Saturday night main event. So it's like Drew he must be the guy for Saturday night main events. Give me Randy in this one.
I got Drew. You know what I mean? Drew just lost to Damian Priest to GOAT. I don't have him losing to Randy, even though Randy hasn't lost in a one-on-one match this year so far, except to Cody, right? Cody and Gunther at the King of the Rings.
Yeah,
I got Drew.
I got
Jimmy and Solo. This feels like a match they threw on the card because they couldn't throw the woman on this card because of Evolution. This is clearly a Friday Night SmackDown match that they put on Saturday Night Main Event, and it's gross as hell. Could you imagine the backlash? Could you imagine the backlash if Jimmy won? Because you go from Jacob to Solo to Jimmy.
To some mid-card Samoans. Yeah, no, I think this is for Jacob to save Jimmy, but Jimmy's still gonna lose. I got Solo winning here.
Listen, we go change it from the United States Championship to the Pensacola Championship. It's gonna be beautiful. We can put palm trees in that bitch. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be gross as hell. I swear to God. They're gonna have. I'm telling you, if Jimmy wins, they're gonna have a picture of Rikishi smiling. I swear to God, bro. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
You know, man,
so you going Solo?
Yeah, I was gonna say Rikishi talks a lot about his kids. He never be talking about Jimmy, bro. He'd be like, the booking for Jay is blah 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 blah. The booking for Solo is blah blah blah. And then they'd be like, what about Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy's gonna find his way. Like,
listen, he's married to Naomi. He's already winning on life. You know what I mean? You can't be that blessed. Can't be that blessed. And then we have the main event, which I'm assuming the main event, which is only going to take about 4 minutes, because I refuse to believe this is going any longer than 6. Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Goldberg's last match. How do you feel about this in a general aspect? Like, where do we go with this match?
I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I don't see Goldberg losing his last match. And it's one of those things where I don't see Goldberg being world champion for one last time. So I'm kind of stuck in this middle spot. Gunther is the guy. I think he's going to shock everybody. 15 minutes. I don't know how they get there. 15 minutes.
You think Gunther's getting...
Smoke and mirrors with Seth Rollins. They'll do some ring out counts. They'll do some submission holds. 15 minutes. And I think Goldberg wins by DQ.
That's such a shitty way to end your.
It's the only way I can see Goldberg not holding the strap, but winning his last match.
That's such a fugazi way to end your career. Imagine like your last ever match, right? Like one, WWE grants it to you. Two, it's for the world title. You have no business being. I kind of hate
hometown.
In your hometown. I kind of hate H for this because if you wanted this match, you could have had this match without the world title. Even if you didn't want Jay to be the world champion for long, right? You can still have this match at Saturday Night Main Event, be the main event, and then have Gunther still beat Jay at on a Monday. What up, Tino? Goldberg wins the chip. Is that a bigger subject than what happens at All In? I don't know, brother. There is nothing that Goldberg and Gunther can do on this God green earth this Saturday night to surpass the beauty of that main event. That's going to be Hangman versus Jon Moxley.
But you know what it is? If Goldberg wins, they already announced, like Michael Cole already pretty much foreshadowed, he's just going to vacate the belt, which is a dumb move. They should have left this all for speculation. Goldberg wins. It's his last run as champion. Seth Rollins has to cash in because Seth's either going to cash in on Goldberg now or Mr. You Can't See Me Man. You know, it's
I don't know, poetry. Man. I kind of like the idea of a vacant world title. But I do feel like WWE is petty enough to have Goldberg take the strap off of Gunther to take a little bit of media attention away from All In.
Right.
You know what I mean? All In has the most, AEW has the most successful All In pay-per-view. The gate is ridiculous. Everybody loves it. And then Goldberg squashes Gunther in 3 moves.
And challenges CM Punk for the first time ever.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Oh, it'd be gross.
No, but you can see it, right? You can see it in
so,
the stars, the promos.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna hold you. That would sell the shit out of some tickets for SummerSlam in New York.
I believe it, bro. Like, can you imagine the promos? Like, CM Punk would be like, "We both did it. We both fought for Warner Cable and came back. We both."
Listen, you had a Tony Khan. I had an Eric Bischoff. It's mad.
You dealt with
funny,
Bret
man.
Hart. I dealt with children. You know, like they can do some things, bro. You know what? Throw the belt on Goldberg and give me Goldberg versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Only under one condition: it's a 60-man Iron Man match.
Iron Man match. There we go.
Listen, if Goldberg's going out, he's not coming out on his own power. My man's just going out on a stretcher. And that's how you debuted his son. You debuted his son fucking sparing the shit out of him.
Oh,
but it does,
bro.
But it does make sense for SummerSlam. CM Punk, Jey Uso, Gunther for the world title, triple threat match. Right? CM Punk wins. And then Seth cashes in because he can't allow CM Punk to be champion.
Okay. Hear me out here, Chano, because you brought up something. What if we get some wrestling nepotism?
Oof.
And this is Goldberg's son's debut, and he stopped Seth from cashing in, leading for him versus Seth, and so far future WWE star, whatever Goldberg's kid name, Little Gold. We'll call him Little Gold for now.
What is Seth Rollins? He a babysitter? Because Dom had his first singles match against Seth at SummerSlam. What is this?
If it works once, do it again. He's Youngberg, bro. It's gonna be Youngberg.
Yeah,
Silverberg, whatever his name is.
Youngberg is from that song Sexy Can I from about 13 years back. Jesus fucking Christ, Youngberg. Oh my God. That is a throwback. Are you expecting anything good out of the show in general sense?
I think the Goldberg Gunther match is gonna shock people. And I think whether it's bad or good, it's gonna shock people. And I think it is gonna make headlines. And I expect it to be good.
Yeah, it's gonna kill me of shock. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be in fucking off Marlin. And the boredom of that match is gonna kill me. All right, brother. What's happening on next? You got anything tonight or anything you've seen?
I've been seeing a lot of this war between words between JD from New York and Sean Rossap. And all I have to say is, if anybody is saying that JD from New York is more credible than Sean Rossap, I generally will not listen to you. And that's all I gotta say about that.
They still beefing about if Mercedes has creative control, right?
Yes.
That's
I
such a
don't think
petty reason
JD
to be
understands
arguing.
what creative control is. She had you removed from commentary. Your boss decided to do that because she's a bigger deal. That's not creative control. That's a request made because you're a piece of shit. Okay.
Did you see what Ricochet did too? Ricochet requested.
I did see that. He was like, House of Glory, take him on commentary when I'm there too. But it's like,
if I was TK, I'd be. If I was TK,
idiot.
I'd be extremely petty. I'll set up a partnership, a House of Glory, on the condition that JD can't do commentary for the show if any of his wrestlers are there.
Well, it's mad funny you say that because like somebody they were like, how are you guys keeping this guy around? Like tagging the guy from House of Glory and stuff. And they were like, how are you keeping this guy around if, you know, you guys are trying to have a working relationship with AEW? And the person just said, take this as it is, but we have not had JD on 3 shows in a row. I was like, okay. Because
that's actually mad funny.
He's an idiot. If you work for a company, I don't care how big you think your following is. If you work for a company, you don't shit on partners of that company, people who are trying to help you and this company evolve. You're a freaking idiot. Keep your opinions to yourself sometimes.
You know what it is? Sometimes people genuinely believe they're bigger than the brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, he does have a fan base. People do love him and people do listen to him and take his voice as the voice of God. And so be it. You know what I mean? Everybody has an audience. Even small guys like us, we got a little audience. And people listen to us in our takes and our dumb takes sometimes. But even if House of Glory does dead him off a commentary for good, he'll find another indie show to big up. You know what I mean? Because he is a name in wrestling, in the wrestling community. Say JD from New York, yeah, I'll do your commentary if you guys do it live. Could you imagine if Titan Wrestling took on JD to go get some more viewership? I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean? If he can bring an extra,
Fourth Rope's probably someone that might take it in.
You know what I mean?
If always look for names.
If you're a small indie show that records, right, that does live shows, and JD is guaranteed to bring you 2,500 live viewers, like new live viewers, you would do it. You know what I mean? Especially when you're a small show trying to build some credibility and like get eyes on your product, you would definitely take 2,500 views. Shit, I would take JD in New York for 5 minutes on this podcast if it was to guarantee 2,500 views. You know what I mean? I'd probably spend all 5 minutes. I'd probably spend all 5 minutes cussing him out, but I'd do it. I'm doing it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? It's about the business, baby. All right, let's get into All In, the gem of the weekend, which should have been on at nighttime, but instead now it's going on at 2 p.m, and I gotta convince my wife to be home from 2 to 10 somehow.
You didn't give her the spa card? You didn't say, hey, no, I'm gonna take care of baby. You go ahead and get your nails done. Have a nice time.
Nah, listen, my wife knows that your boy works a lot of hours, so when I'm home, and they spend time with me. I am grateful. Listen, very blessed life, very blessed. But she did watch a little bit of All In with me last year, the main event, Swerve versus Bryan Danielson, when I was popping her in the match because the main event was incredible. You know what I mean? So she's probably gonna get a little bit more of that. I don't care if I'm not there for the home. I only want to watch two matches.
Yeah,
the main event and Okada versus Kenny Omega. Those are the two.
I think you're sleeping on the women's match generally. I'm just saying.
No. I do want to see it, but like, if I was gonna be out the whole entire day, right, and I can only guarantee myself 2 matches to watch.
Oh yeah, you'd be hurt if I was sending you text messages and you was at Target and I was like, "Yo, guys," you'd be like,
"This is bananas." You know what I mean? Fucking, we got fucking Brandon popping over the Kenny Omega fucking match. I'd be sick. Because that's what happened last year. I was at Target during the Tony Storm Mariah May match. And I saw the last like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is incredible!" I can only imagine what the first 10 minutes were like.
I had that match of the year.
That was a great match. That was a really good women's match. I don't know about women's match of the year because, what's her name? Chris Statlander put on a clinic all last year. My true MVP, to be honest. So, men's casino gauntlet. Who is your? How are they doing this? Is this a guaranteed title shot or contract?
Yes. So if you win this gauntlet match, you get a guaranteed world title shot. It goes for the men, and the women are doing it for the first time this year. For anybody that's not familiar with this, they finally got it down packed, but it's pretty much 2 people start, and at random times they just send another superstar. Once a pinfall is made, that's the winner. That's it. But if there's no pinfalls, literally it could be 15 seconds, anywhere up to a minute. They just keep sending superstars. It's a fun match. MJF and Mark Briscoe are guaranteed the first and second slot. So they're in the match. I think this goes to MJF. Like they've been telling I think him and Hangman is the story.
Isn't he still dealing with the Hurt Business?
He's with the Hurt Syndicate. He is still with them, who has a match later on. So we'll see how that goes. It would be cool if one of them won the match, but I don't know. Do you see any surprises? Free agents, anyone returns? Because I see a return that might get a big pop. I don't think he wins, though.
Who, Darby?
No, I think it's going to be like a big-ass brawl, and it's just going to be, you think you know him, and we get Adam Copeland back. I think.
That's gross.
Yeah, but it's going to be a big pop.
In Texas, listen, the pop would be nice. I just think it's gross. You know what I mean? 51-year-old man, yuck. Get me out of here.
And if it's not that, then it's Jericho, who's been off TV for a while.
He has. There was some speculation that his contract was up and he was coming to the E, and I just thought that was comical. Because I don't think Jericho has any reason to come back home. You know what I mean? I feel like
Hall of Fame is the only thing he said he returned for, but he doesn't need to be in the E for that.
And he's also full of shit. He's gonna go where the money goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't listen. Old people like Jericho who've been flip-flopping between companies for decades, for their whole entire life, if they say they never come back, I think you're full of shit. You know what I mean? Because nobody thought you was coming back the first time when you did, and you still did.
And he was great.
It was a great run.
Still is.
I don't know about that. Listen, I appreciate Jericho in all his glory when he's off my television for good. When he says, "Guys, I'm retiring. You will never see me have a match ever again," and I will celebrate that man's career. Until then, don't want him on my TV.
They're in Texas, so I assume we'll have some Texas surprises. Maybe a Dustin Rhodes,
the Erics,
maybe a Von Erich. Yeah, the Von Erichs are in Ring of Honor.
Did you see their dad sign the Legends deal with AEW?
That's great.
The granddad. Yeah,
he
signed the Legends deal.
Kerry Von Erich, I think.
Yes. Yeah, he signed the Legends deal. That was pretty fire. I didn't even know AEW had Legends deals because they only have like one legend.
I think the only like active legend deal they have is Owen Hart.
Yeah, it makes sense for his family. You know what I mean? They do have the Owen Hart Cup, so that does make sense. Who we got for the women over here?
So this is an interesting aspect because it all depends on how you see the women's title match going. I would love this to be Athena wins and finally does her AEW run. I think she loses her like historic title reign with the Ring of Honor title at the another show that's happening that weekend, but the Ring of Honor show, which is I forgot what it's called, but that's happening Friday night. The Ring of Honor pay-per-view, Superstar Showdown, something like that. Supercard, yeah, something like that. And I think Athena's going to lose. I think she wins this. Surprises? I got Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai is a good one, especially since we haven't seen her really do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen her wrestle anywhere, so Dakota Kai would be dope. Listen, I'm not gonna. When Dakota Kai got released, I was happy for Dakota Kai because she wasn't getting burned on TV. She was valet. She was a translator. She wasn't doing anything. Listen. People sometimes like that guaranteed paycheck, which is fine because everybody got their life, everybody got bills and things they got to take care of. But if you really believe in yourself and your wrestling ability, and you get released, it's not the end of the world. You get a chance to reinvent yourself, improve who you are and your worth. So Dakota Kai debuting in All In at the Women's Gauntlet, wonderful for her. The only thing I ask of them, just utilize her. Just use her.
Now, can I pitch something to you and you tell me if I'm absolutely nuts?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. There's a wrestler out there. Her name is Vivian Van. She currently holds 6 championships in the Indies.
Oh, yes, I'm aware.
Okay. What if she wins this and then Mercedes beats Tony and it's all the titles for all the titles? Because people will go nuts.
To see, no, because you know what's going to happen. Mercedes
Creative
is going to
control
win.
rumors are going to go out of crazy, bro.
Ridiculous. And then it's going to be like, how does Mercedes have creative control in 17 different countries and 17 different companies?
But think about like AEW putting 6 whole promotions sort of on the map. Like that's a big, bold move.
Have they been putting Mercedes current championships on the map from other companies?
Yeah. No, they do. They make sure it's like a whole thing. Somebody was pointing it out. They make sure that each title gets its own camera shot, and every time she comes out, they name every single title and what company they're from.
That's pretty fire. Good for AEW, because that definitely helps. You know what I mean? So maybe.
And Vivian Van's really good, so I hope she is the surprise, and she's surprised I have her to win. But if she's not in it, Athena all the way.
It's actually pretty funny because Chris Stanley won the championship and some indie company, and then Mercedes she was like, "Hey," she was like, "You better leave me alone."
She put the eyes emoji. She was like, "Leave me alone."
That is pretty solid. We have Adam Cole versus Will Ospreay Jr. for the TNT Championship. So in case you guys are in that group chat, so we was talking about this. The thing sometime last week, a private party wouldn't make sense in WWE because they already have what are these guys' names? The Street Profits. Yes, I was gonna say the Street Bucks.
They already have old private party.
you know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, I'm like, it happens all the time. Like Kyle Fletcher is Will Ospreay Jr. You know what I mean? So say the same
his head, Chano. He became Brad Pitt.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like that's honest. Like it's honestly insane. But this should be a good match, not because of Adam Cole, because Kyle Fletcher is Will Ospreay light, and that man is a wrestling machine.
I think Adam Cole needs this match to show people that he can still do this, because man, has he been boring. Kyle Fletcher has to win, right? Don Callis has to have some gold. Like Don Callis' family has no gold right now.
For good reason.
They gotta get some gold.
My man's annoying as hell. I can't believe Don Callis still has a faction. You know what I mean? I've been over Don Callis for a couple years now. I found out about Don Callis and I was like, I'm over this.
But you know who you're not over? Mr. Stokely Hathaway, who's helping the Young Bucks. No, they're helping FTR. FTR's not on this card. Yeah, FTR's not on this card. That's weird.
This is to be all honesty and all transparency, this is a shorter card than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I didn't include any pre-show stuff because no. But I think that's like the trios tag, which is the Ops and versus the Death Riders.
Yeah, that will be announced if it hasn't already been announced. Then we have Swerve and Ospreay. Swerve versus Ospreay Senior versus the Bucks. For the EVP titles, and if they lose, they have no title shots for a year.
I like this.
It's dope. I like it for the sense where if Swerve and Will Ospreay lose, you kind of force creative in a sense to make them storylines and make them world championship wrestlers without actually competing for the world title. And it kind of keeps Hangman, if everything goes the way I'm expecting, it kind of keeps Hangman and Swerve away from each other at least for another year.
Right. It's also, they're saying that this unified title, which we'll get into that later, but they're saying that this unified title they want to treat like a secondary world championship. And if Hangman and Will are if that's all they can go for, it does put it in an elevation for that. But I also want it to be a storyline of where Swerve kind of hates Ospreay because this was his idea, and then puts a timer on anybody who's champion, which I hope it's Hangman for the whole time. But it's just like every time we see Swerve, it's just a clock counting down to when he can get his title shot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would love it. I think they got good storyline opportunities here. I don't see the Bucks losing, but I think this match is going to be incredible.
It should be a really good match. You know what I mean? Swerve and Osprey are two of the best in the business. I will go as far as saying I think Swerve and Osprey are the 1 and 2 best wrestlers in the world by far.
Yeah,
they're that damn good, and I think the Bucks are overrated as hell.
Stop.
But it doesn't matter because I feel like Osprey and Swerve can carry this match. You know what I mean? I have yet to see a Young Bucks match and be like, oh my god, these are the Bucks. This
Anarchy
is them
in the arena.
No, that was just chaos. Chaos doesn't count as actual matches because it's fucking chaos.
Their matches with FTR didn't move you.
No, maybe the first 2 were good, but after they did parts 3 and 4 with the videotape in the background, we're gonna do this forever. You know what I mean? It was fucking terrible.
Oh,
it was almost as bad as fucking Britt Baker versus Mercedes last year. You guys were swearing to me it was gonna be good.
We were wrong. Okay,
I know you were.
We admitted it.
About Mike Santana
Jack Perry
too.
comes back.
Oh,
I wasn't part of that Mike Santana part, but I think Jack Perry comes back.
You goddamn non-believers.
I have a graded Mike Santana card. Do not get on me, sir. Hey, I was not part of that. It's a graded 8, but still, it's a graded card.
It's all right. So Darby went to Everest in the middle of a storyline, right?
Yes.
Do you think originally this storyline was meant for Darby Allin? It had to be, right?
And they did a pivot, and it worked out great.
Yeah, it worked out beautifully.
I think it worked
out. And then, did you see Darby Allin's?
I think the Hangman story is way better than the Darby story.
I will say, since Hangman story has worked out so well, it's hard to not agree with you with that sentiment. You know what I mean? Because the Hangman story has been beautifully done, beautifully crafted into even the Hangman Swerve conversation amongst themselves, because they had a conversation today. But something about Darby finally climbing that mountain and finally winning would have done something for wrestling fans. But Darby had a comment today that said that he doesn't really care if he's AEW World Champion. It doesn't really mean anything to him. He just want to have good stories and good matches. As somebody who's a wrestling fan, do you want one of your fan favorites to say something like that? Like, especially publicly, you know what I mean?
I think when it's Darby, it's okay because he's always been that pillar for AEW. Like, I don't care. You know, he called the guys out for complaining on Twitter. He was very open about, like, you know, there is no bidding war for Darby Allin. Darby Allin's all elite till it dies. And so Darby Allin, to me, is like, he's a wrestler that can say that, and it really has no backlash because that's just who Darby Allin is. He's just a guy who's going to go out there. He wants to put his life on the line, and he wants to have great matches.
So you lost me for a second. I think I was the one that lagged out a little bit.
Well, just know I said beautiful poetry, and the people are going crazy right now. But I pretty much said for Darby Allin, it really doesn't make a difference.
The fans are going, "Oh my god!"
You know what I mean? It's Darby Allin.
God, he's fucking amazing, blowing my mind right now. Now, I get it. I feel like Darby is Rey Mysterio without being Rey Mysterio, in a sense where a really undersized underdog who is an extreme fan favorite, and that works for him.
You know, he's the Dan Marino of wrestling, bro. He doesn't need
so
to
the
be
other shenanigans since.
I think I lost you for a second, but
probably. Maybe not. Let's go into the trios tag match. We got the Hurt Syndicate versus Jet Speed. Who the fuck is Jet Speed?
Speedball Mike Bailey and his partner.
Okay.
The Jet, Kevin Knight.
And then the Partridge.
The Patriarchy, which has your real lifelong father, Christian Cage. And
carry for a little bit, my good time. I'm gonna refresh my thing.
Oh, okay. My time to shine. All right, so we got the Hurt Syndicate who hurt people. We hurt people. It's like good 3 minutes of intro. We got Jet Speed to bring in the action. We got the Patriarchy, who Need to do the father. They said they're gonna be the real father-son duo tag team, whatever that storyline is. The problem with this match is the Hurt Syndicate is clearly the heels, but the patriarchy did concerto shots to my boy Bobby Lashley's leg. How am I supposed to sympathize with the heels now? Now the heels are not heels. You know what I'm saying? The Hurt Syndicate, they faces now. Now I hope Bobby Lashley beats their asses with one leg. All of them. Speedball Mike Bailey, Hurt Lock. Shelton Benjamin goes and does a backflip like the old days onto all of them. And that's it. Game over. They hurt people. They hold the titles. They stay champions. MJF with them. MVP with them. And they go out there and they dance, baby, because they hurt people. They hurt people. They hurt people. They hurt people. It's a freaking banger. No one's going to tell me otherwise. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into this next match before Chamo even gets a chance to put his opinion in. Because it's Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. AEW Women's Championship. And I don't care what no one says. I've seen all your backlash online. I've seen all the stupid comments. I don't care what no one says. Mercedes has to win this match. She has to win this match. I don't get why people are so big on Mercedes has creative control. All she does is win. All Toni Storm does is get championship after championship. It doesn't matter who it is. They can't even build a new star without Toni Storm. You need Mercedes to win. She's the belt collector. That's the story, guys. She's the belt collector. It's that simple. I don't care what no one gets about it. She's going to go. She's going to win. She's going to dominate this show. Dominate it. And people online are going to hate it. And they're going to blow it up. Oh, AEW is so dumb. She has all this. But you know what you're doing? You're putting eyes on the product. Eyes on the product. Because AEW is genius. The more you hate Mercedes Moné, the more titles she's going to get. They're going to put all the titles on her. Let them introduce tag titles. Guess who's going to win it? Mercedes Moné. By herself. Because she's the GOAT. That being said, Toni Storm kind of does need to win this match. Right? She has to. Aren't y'all tired of Toni Storm? The Mariah May stuff was great. It was beautiful. But what can Toni Storm still do? She's done it all. Toni Storm has beaten every single person in AEW already. It's time to make it fresh. Have Mercedes defend the titles twice in one night. You can do these stories now. 3 times, 4 times. God, give her all the titles 6 times in one night. A pay-per-view. It's just Mercedes versus everyone. That's why we need that match. That's why Mercedes is going to win with that ugly finisher she does, because that finisher is ugly. And she's going to pop bottles with Beast Mortis, and she's going to walk away AEW Women's Champion. But now we're getting to my exciting part. Check it out. In 2018 was the last time I thought I was going to see Okada versus Omega. They got like 6.5 stars on that match, 2018. It was incredible. It was so incredible that Young Martin, that's me, Young Martin, wasn't Nick Ram yet, Young Martin went on this beautiful site called YouTube and looked up all their matches, the whole saga. And guys, let me tell you this beautiful story of Okada versus Omega is pro wrestling. It is the greatest rivalry you can put in front of a wrestling fan. I will take it, and I will take backlash for saying this. I'll take it over Rock over Austin. I'll take it over Eddie versus Ray. I'll take it over Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Okada versus Omega is the greatest wrestling story feud line to ever be told. And we're getting part 5. Part 5, Cinco, for the unified AEW World title, which is beautiful. I don't care what channel says. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful title. And then, you guys don't know this, but I'm gonna let you guys in a secret, right? So get in here, all right? I'm gonna let you in a secret. This match is building for the most epic moment. Something that your eyes and hearts can't even distinguish. that when it happens, jaws are going to hit the floors, and we're going to say, why would they do that? And that moment's going to happen when Kenny Omega hits the one-wing angel. And the ref goes 1, 2, and Okada kicks out. The only person who deserves to kick out of the one-wing angel, and the only person who ever will kick out of the one-wing angel. And Okada then gets up and hits a rainmaker for the 1, 2, 3. Okada for the victory. How you doing, Chano? You back?
I'm not gonna hold you. It sounds like you was extremely passionate about this Okada Kenny Omega match.
I rushed through the Mercedes match to get into my passion here.
you rushed through the biggest women's match of the year.
You'll see the comeback, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be like, oh, I wonder what Martin did, and then you're gonna see the comeback. It's like, yeah, Mercedes Martinez has to win this match, but let me tell you guys something about someone else. I'm very passionate about Okada versus Omega 5. It's honestly the most exciting thing I'm waiting for. I'm gonna mark out real bad. I'll have my Rainmaker shirt in the flea market. I'm gonna have it on a big screen, and I'm not gonna even talk to customers while this is happening.
What time you guys leave the market?
5 o'clock. But trying to tell you. Oh, you froze again. That means I got to go back on a passionate rant. Because we're at
it doesn't matter what your boy
and
that
excuse me.
is.
Oh, he's back. When I get back to join me for a chat, we got Moxley versus Hangman, AEW Championship, and a Texas Death Match. Thoughts?
It should be a great match. My fault. I'm trying to finagle this right now. I'm trying to finagle this on my phone just in case I lose access. Nah, honestly, the main event should be. Hopefully this works this time, guys. So hopefully this is the biggest match of the weekend, right? Like, there's no way this match lets us down, right? Like, at all.
I can't see it letting me down.
There's no like this is a letdown. Like, for Texan Stadium, this is when Brian Danielson comes out to Final Countdown to help Hangman is gonna be magical, right? Like, everybody's gonna be crying, they're gonna be throwing up out of pure joy, they're gonna be hammered. You know what I mean? He's gonna grab that plastic bag, put it over Moxley's head, and look Renee Paquette in her eyes as he does it. And she's gonna say, tighter. I'm like, oh my god, that's a heel turn from Renee.
Even worse, Renee's gonna catch unnecessary
on the way out.
Renee's gonna catch an unnecessary stray, and Brie Bella will pop up and put a bag over her head. Double turn.
Oh my god. Double turn would be absolutely disgusting. Could you imagine? It would be beautiful. It would be the greatest thing to ever happen. It would be the greatest thing to happen this weekend. We just got people with plastic bags just trying to outdo each other. Could you imagine?
Hey, that makes me start talking about Goldberg's world heavyweight champion. I'll tell you that.
Listen, you gotta embrace Goldberg as your world heavyweight champion. He's gonna have his 6-year reign, and you're gonna like it. And there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it.
We gotta get all the.
You just gotta eat it. You just gotta eat it and be extremely happy that Goldberg is your champion.
I think he's gonna win still.
I feel like he has to. I feel like
Hangman Page, Goldberg will be your new champion.
I feel like in order to take some air out the weekend, like, Goldberg has to win the championship, right?
If you want to make headlines, he has to.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Like, you see all the matches we just named. There wasn't one match on Saturday Night Main Event that's headlining over any of these matches. So it's just like, yeah, Goldberg has to win. But Mark's is not here to do the move the needle.
You're lying to yourself because you know what's in the headline that match?
Oh, what is it?
You know what's going to be the biggest match of the weekend? Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa when Solo wins the Pensacola Championship. and you're gonna have everybody in Atlanta going absolute bananas, losing their mind. You're gonna see Marcus in the front row with Rikishi, Naomi, and everybody else there that's gonna be celebrating with Jimmy Uso in the Pensacola Championship. It's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna be like, Marcus, how did you get there? And he's like, you don't get it. It's a big brother thing. I'm like, what does that even mean, Sway?
What? How'd you get there? This is why I couldn't be there Thursday. Had to start flying out.
But yes, that is the headliner for the weekend.
Now, Mr. Chano.
I just saw your lips move really fast. You chuckled, and then I lost you.
Can you hear me now?
My internet's so
where did this
right
come
now.
from? Can you hear me now?
Oh my god!
Oh, you're a little behind.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
If I have blackout spots. Wait.
Normally we have move the needle. I'm gonna introduce something different. Application approved. Okay. Hate you. What wrestler? What wrestler gets the application approved? I'm gonna give you 3 of them. Okay. You get MJF.
Oh.
Right. You get MJF. You get Ethan Page.
No. Yeah.
Or you get Gunther. We only got space for 1 application.
MJF.
Yeah, he's good.
MJF.
MJF be hitting those low bars. MJF be like, your mom's a crack whore. Jesus, MJF, chill. She just got a rehab. I don't care.
She's doing her best. She's trying her hardest.
Did you see how MJF snapped on Mark Briscoe recently?
Oh,
Mark Briscoe was like,
Sparkle?
he was like, nah. Mark Briscoe's like, go ahead. I know you're gonna talk about my brother. He's like, I would never talk about your brother. Your brother's a wrestling legend up in heaven. There's a special spot for him in heaven because he has to look down and see this embarrassment, like talking about his brother. I was like, Jesus. All right, MJF, first wrestler, and hate you. You'll love to see it.
We admitting wrestlers now. We just offering free scholarships,
Free, fully paid scholarships, bro.
Jesus Christ, bro. He has a 9-figure contract or 8-figure contract. He don't need us.
Hey, man. We need him. He's a teacher.
We need him. He's a professor.
I hate you. I hate you. MJF teaches the low blow.
That is comedy. Carry for 2 minutes. I'm switching to my phone, big boss.
All right. 2 minutes. We'll start talking about Evolution. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the backlash that Evolution 2 is getting, and I'm gonna call it Evolution 2 because it's the second time they've done it. The All Women's pay-per-view. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, guys. We have to watch this pay-per-view. People have to watch it. People have to talk about it. Not because, it's women's rights and equality. No, it's because these women work so hard. They deserve this. They get barely showed on these pay-per-views as it is. They get barely showed on Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite. I'm not going to say NXT. Sean, you're doing a great job. Chef's kiss. Okay? They get barely showed. We need Evolution at least once a year to remind us, oh yeah, these women are superstars. They are badass. They are incredible. They should be having the same amount of time as anyone else back there. And I agree. I agree with myself. I take that statement. I stand 10 toes down on it. Because the John Cena, Cody Rhodes match couldn't even hold a candle to what the woman did at Mania. The Elimination Chamber match couldn't hold a candle to what these women did during the Elimination Chamber match. The Royal Rumble, I'll give it that one. That one was equal. But like, you guys don't understand, because I see so much hate on Twitter about like Evolution 2 is gonna suck or why did they do this? Like, guys, we need this. And it needs to be a yearly show. Because we're forgetting how great these women actually are. And the only way that they're gonna actually let us see how great these women are is if we stand up and we talk about this show and how great it is. Because you guys can say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. They don't care. No, this is just filler to go against AEW. No, if we get online and talk about Evolution, it will become a yearly show. And that's what we need to do. We need to be positive and be grateful for this show. Because WWE clearly listens to Twitter. Look at R-Truth. Look at Karrion Kross. If we protest, they need to do more women on these shows. We would at least get Evolution at least once a year, as it should be.
In order to make that actually happen, though, Evolution needs to be made taken more seriously as a PLE and not a thrown together event.
100%.
You know what I mean? You have Io going against Rhea for the umpteenth time. I think Rhea hasn't been involved in the last maybe 2 women's world title matches in the past 2 years, maybe. You know what I mean? When healthy. But that's not her fault, though. That's not her thing. That's a creative issue. And plus,
it's not. Do you know the last person Io defended her title against?
It wasn't at Mania?
It was Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, it was at Mania. And Bianca Belair. That's what I'm saying. It was at Mania. She hasn't wrestled since Mania.
She hasn't defended it since she won it, which is crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, was she hurt? What's going on? Like, what was going on that your women's world champion was not wrestling? Overall, it's just not a great look. You know what I mean?
But you agree, Evolution should be a yearly put-together show.
It should be, but it should be put more well together. Like, you have, on the other side, you have Trish Stratton against Tiffany Stratton. You know what I mean? It's kind of gross in a sense. It's not gross because it's cool at the same time. It's like, this is clearly like, if you was to tell me Trish Stratus will win this matchup, like, you're on drugs.
I get why they brought Trish in. But it's like, the problem with it is that they also brought her in way too late, that it didn't even have a storyline.
It doesn't. It's just like, I wanted to defend my title against you. Okay, cool, buddy. Let's have a good match.
Right. And that's the issue. And, and I think, honestly, if anyone took the time to develop a story and actually tell anything, it's NXT. The JCJ and Jordan Grace match has had a great story up until this event.
I mean, it's Shawn Michaels at the helm, my boy.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels, chef kiss.
1,000%.
But do you have Io going over Rhea?
I hope so. I don't want to see another Rhea title reign. There's nothing against Rhea, but I just think Creative for Women has been extremely lazy. I feel like that has something with Liv, but Liv was literally the nucleus in the center of the women's world title. Not of the women's world title, but the women's division in general on Raw. And the moment she got hurt, they didn't know what to do with themselves, so they pivoted to the only thing they know. Put Rhea in the championship match, and at least at the end of it, it'll be a good women's match.
Uh-huh.
And then you have the only other actual blood feud in this card is Naomi and Jade.
So the whole hard match.
Yeah, but it's months after their Mania match, though. You know what I mean? We're in July.
Uh-huh. They
fought in April. Like, why are we having a Backlash or WrestleMania rematch months later? I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like they just needed things that bless you. They needed things to go make sense. And a little thing, and it's like it's a throw. It feels like a throw-in. You know what I mean? It feels lazy, half-assed.
Exactly, because this is all just going to pick up at SummerSlam when Naomi cashes in again. And then we have to run this feud one more time. They're trying to make them a lifetime feud, and I don't think that this is not Jade's lifetime feud.
I don't know, because Naomi's doing incredible work as a heel. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
She's really on a great generational run with this heel work. It's been wonderful, especially with her tweeting at Bianca, doing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? It's a great run. It's a really great run. But outside of like you have Julia as the United States champion, right? I feel like they just threw the belt on Julia. Zelina didn't really wasn't able to get to do anything with the strap because she got stuck in the Chelsea Green vortex, just how Chelsea Green was stuck in the Michin vortex. You know what I mean? They didn't know what to do with these women, so you had these feuds that dragged out a little bit way too long. That had no business dragging out as long as they did. And now you can say Zelina, yeah, but we gave you a championship. But yeah, the championship doesn't mean nothing if the creative and the storylines aren't there afterward.
Now, I do want to say on their defense, and it's not really a big excuse because it only really affects 2 storylines. On their defense, I do think the Liv Morgan injury, they had to pivot 2 major storylines.
Did
And that would have
3?
been. I mean, you have the Io Sky match would have been Liv Morgan's. The
Wasn't
tag
she
match
supposed to wrestle with Nikki though?
So people were saying that the storyline was going to be Io versus Liv, and then Liv would have to double down with Raquel against the Bellas. But because Liv got injured, they moved Nikki to the Battle Royal, and then they did the every brand gets a tag team, which, if you want to know what that is, it's Roxanne and Raquel,
I like that.
Alexa and Charlotte, Asuka and Kairi Sane are back together, and So Ruka and Zarya.
A 3-strap Soul.
I think Roxanne has to get the pin for the Judgment Day in this match.
I find it hard to believe that Charlotte and
Alexa Bliss?
Don't win that match.
I don't know, man. I see Roxanne winning it for the because that way she's officially in.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that part. I think ultimately, Judgment Day does win that match. You know, Judgment Day keeps gold. I do like that Roxanne still has Liv Morgan's side plates.
Shit's mad funny.
It's dope though. You know what I mean? Because she didn't really earn it. She kind of blessed into it, and you kind of pay homage and respect until the spot that you got blessed into.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on something because I was a little confused about this whole thing. Okay. They're doing a number 1 contender battle royal. Okay. 1, do you think there's going to be surprises in this match? Because the thing about the battle royal is all the contestants are going to be in the ring at one time. It's not Royal Rumble style. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you even want to put surprises? We know it's 6 NXT women. And then it's
30. Is it 30 or 20?
So they haven't set an actual number. But I think it's going to be 25 women. We know Nikki Bella's in it.
So you got 6 from NXT. You have
We know Nikki Bella's in it. She declared.
And the claim doesn't really mean much for me anyway. Michelle McCool said she didn't get an invite to talk, but she might just be bullshitting, to be honest.
I think Brie will be there. She's another one that was like, my number is the same, and I think she's going to be there. But the name I want to throw at you, if they do this, everyone in the ring, would be AJ Lee.
It would be fire, to be honest.
This winner gets a title shot at Clash of Paris.
I don't think AJ wins, though. You know what I mean?
You don't think her and Punk both get title shots at Clash of Paris?
No, Punk gets a title shot. His is at SummerSlam.
I think it's Gunther at Clash of Paris.
Nah, it depends. They're gonna have to move Gunther off the world title, right? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be this Saturday, but they are by SummerSlam. He's not gonna have that strap. Seth is cashing in eventually. You know what I mean? So to keep running Gunther in the world title picture is kind of lazy. I said it from the beginning when they gave it to. When they gave the strap to Jay and then they gave it back to Seth, that they should have given Gunther a little more time without the championship. So it's just a little lazy on their end. I don't think, but maybe Gunther having a short title reign humbles him a little bit.
So who do you have to win this?
The women's?
The Battle Royal.
Maybe Maybe Nikki Bella, because she said it's not a short run. She said she's going to be here for a little while.
So Nikki versus Io. I can see it.
You know, she said she's going to be here for a little while, so maybe they give it to Nikki Bella, and maybe they do a WrestleMania 42. They do Liv Morgan versus Nikki.
Okay. Do you let's just run it through one more time and we'll see all the winners. I have Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley.
I think they're going to give it to Rhea, and that's just going to be unfortunate.
Okay. I have Jordan Grace over JC Jane.
I do too, because did you hear what's going to happen at Slammiversary?
I did not.
So Slammiversary is going to be Marshall Slamovich versus the winner of that match in a winner-takes-all match for both women's titles.
I like it. If they want to do something, Masha would win that match. But we can get on that in a different episode. I already said this. I got Roxanne and Raquel to retain.
I got Charlotte and Alexa.
I got Jade to beat Naomi.
I do too. I feel like they're gonna build Jade until SummerSlam, and then Naomi's gonna get her revenge at SummerSlam when she takes the belt off of her.
I have Stephanie Bakure to win the Battle Royal.
That's not a bad pick. You know what I mean? You think about it, all the NXT girls who got called up past gold, even if Roxanne got hers on a technicality or a blessing, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And it would be dope. Have they been doing anything with Stephanie on Mondays? Or she's just kind of been like doing her own thing?
She's been in like big matches and it always falls short. Kind of like what they were doing when Lyra got called up, where she was like always doing big things and then just fell a little short.
I get it. Also, they was doing that with Stephanie for a while until they finally put the trigger and put the strap on her. I will say though, I don't think she wins the championship again for a while.
Yeah, no, I think Tiff's gonna have a long climb back up. That being said, I do have Tiffany to beat Trish Stratus.
I mean, I sure goddamn hope so.
Do we see a cash in from Naomi or an attempt?
I think she'd be too banged up from the match. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Keeps her out of sight, out of mind.
All right, and then you said you had Nikki Bella for the Rumble,
Yeah,
correct?
why not? Yeah, why not? Let's throw Nikki a bone over here.
And that's our Evolution card. Now, Chano, I'm gonna do my best impression of this because I've always wanted to do it. So just sit down and listen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. Ding, ding, ding.
Listen, that was solid. We got to tell Marcus to stop using the recording and just use your voice.
I used to love, bro. I was such a big fan of watching Rampage for that reason, just to see Mark Henry do that. I used to love it. But my main event question is, and I wrote this for you because I know you're ageist.
Ages as hell, my boy.
Is it worth bringing legends back for quick storylines that involve titles, even if fans know that they're going to lose? Or does that small percentage of shock value actually make it worth it?
So here's the thing about the legends, right? The legends are very hit or miss. Because if you look at the WWE product, the WWE product is more geared towards kids, right? It's kid friendly. And obviously, you know, the adults, we like us, who still love wrestling, we still tune in. So when you get these legends to pop in, and your kid is like looks at you with those big old eyes, Pappy, who was that old man on my TV screen? Well, oh, that's Goldberg, baby. Goldberg? What does he do? He's an absolute fucking menace, and Bret Hart hates him. Really? You know what I mean? It's like, and then you got to go on the nostalgia run, pull up YouTube clip, pull up matches. This is who they were. Like they were really, like they were wrestling when Daddy was your age. Wow. So his old ass is gonna get in the ring again? Yup. For the title? Yup. Are they gonna win? Nope. It's a cheap pop. You know what I mean? It's a cheap pop, and it's a cheap attempt to get more viewers. It's extremely petty that Saturday Night Main Event is on the same day at All In, and they put Goldberg as the main event. It's gross. It's absolutely disgusting.
I also just think it's like, it's one of those things where, like, take Trish Stratus, right? We know there's no plans for her after Evolution. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think she would have been perfect for the Battle Royal, where we can sit there and be like, oh man, Trish can still do it. But I feel like there's a whole locker room of women that we constantly say need better booking, and then we can't get that because we're wasting a full 3-week storyline that started on week 3 with Trish Stratus. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you? It does suck. Did we touch the triple threat match with Becky, Lyra, and Bailey?
I did not, but I got
Overall,
I got Bailey to win.
Bailey pinning Lyra, that'd be dope.
I got Bailey. I don't know how she wins, but I got her to win because I have a theory. And if you want to hear my insane long-term fan booking, it's this.
Oh, just me.
Lyra,
it's just me and you, buddy.
Lyra is a student of Becky Lynch, right?
Okay.
I think they get old girl. Oh, what's her name? Now I can't even think of her name. But she's the NXT girl, the one that cried during the Sasha Banks. She's a wrestler now.
Yeah.
She looks like Bailey. Izzy.
Yeah.
I think
Izzy
they
Moreno.
bring Izzy. Izzy's part of the ID program. I think she gets a fast call up to do mentor versus mentor and protege versus protege, but vice versa. I think Lyra with Bailey and Izzy with Becky. It's like looking in the mirror of a time machine.
That would be dope. But didn't Izzy just turn 18 though? I don't think WWE would pull that trigger mad quick. You know what I mean?
They ID'd her quick as hell. Which,
Yeah,
I mean, that's IDing, yeah, but...
Because she just turned 18. She was legally allowed to be ID'd. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, though.
It would be dope, though.
Bucket trips. What's up, Rock Renegade?
They
said, I'd love to see Lyra Hill run. Lyra needs to do something. She's losing fans. She's losing them quick. She needs to bring the wings back. I like my Lyra with wings.
I do like a theme song. Da-na-na, woo! Da-na-na, woo! Da-na-na, woo! Da-na-na. I think that's the best thing about Lyra. I wasn't her biggest fan when she got called up. Talking about the women's, did you get a chance to read Charlotte Flair's thing on The Athletic?
I did. It was very nice.
I thought it was a beautifully written thing. I'm still not a Charlotte Flair fan, but I am a fan of Ashley. I think it was extremely vulnerable to be that open and talk about your wrestling experience. Because we don't know what you guys go through. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And say that you're sensitive as hell, even though Charlotte's a badass bitch, that's brave. You know what I mean? Because people be chewing you up when you're cutting a promo. When you came back to Chicago, and he was like, Chicago, I'm back. I missed you guys. And I was like, boo, get off my stage. You know what I mean? That was foul as hell, but you ate it. Fucking ate it like a goddamn superstar because that's rough. You're fighting this whole entire time.
Chicago was wild for that though, because it was straight up her
Wild.
promo. Her promo was straight up. I almost was told that I could never wrestle again, and I fought through. Boo!
Why'd you come back, you dumb bitch? Should have stayed out. I was like, God damn, bro. Me, I couldn't handle it. I'd be crying the moment. I'm like, I came back for you, the fans. Fuck you, stay away. Full ball, fetal position. The person who comes out supposed to battle against me the bike, just like there, buddy, there. You know what I mean? It's brave, man. People are relentless. They're rude as hell. Sean Sapp he found a study in that Charlotte is the most criticized wrestler on Twitter. 36%, and then somebody was like, "Oh, so that means she has 64% of positive things." I was like, "You guys are the worst. You guys are terrible people." But Lyra Hill run should be dope. The thing is, in order to be a good heel, I want to see you do heinous shit. You know what I mean? I want you taking cheap pops to the crowd in every city you go to. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to go to Dallas, and I want you to call Nico Harrison a good GM.
You know, I want you to go to New York and talk about Tyrese Halliburton for 3 minutes.
I promise you. You didn't even got to talk about it for 3 minutes. You just say, that's why the Andy boo.
we joke, but Sami Zayn definitely got away with that with the Trae Young stint.
No. Listen, Trae Young, he's not even villain number one no more in New York. It's definitely Tyrese Halliburton. He sent her ass home twice. You know what I mean? You guys remember that MSG show on SmackDown? when Halliburton and Brunson came out, the whole entire show was inaudible to hear because they kept blocking out the sound because you was just belligerent assholes the whole entire show.
But, Mr. Chano, I think we covered everything.
We did. Look, we got an hour 10 minutes.
We did it, man. Trey is balding. You know what? If that's your application to hate you, that's not going to get you in, Brandy. You need to try harder than that.
You know,
try harder than that.
Brandy, as the voice of God, hasn't got interacted at all except to put his Trey's balding comment on the screen. My man's touched the screen to get himself a pop. He's trying to give himself a push. Overall, what is your expectations for this weekend? What's going to be the best show? What's going to be the worst show?
The best show is going to be All In, hands down.
It should be, right?
I think the best WWE show will be the NXT show. I know we didn't talk about it, but I think that's going to be up there. And then I really hope Evolution's better than Saturday Night Main Event. I hope Saturday Night Main Event, the only headline is Goldberg wins.
I'm telling you, bro, when the Pensacola Championship is revealed on Saturday night, you're going to be shitting bricks. It's going to be palm trees. It's going to be gross. It's going to be the whole entire Rikishi Fatu family coming to the ring.
Marcus will hit up Brandon the guy so fast.
To get a Pensacola Championship. To get a Pensacola shot.
Jimmy Uso.
Am I bugging? Like, I can see that happening. You know what I mean? Like, I can see that. I can see that happening. I can see Jimmy winning the strap, and I can see the IWC be like, if LA Knight was Samoan, he'd be a world champion by now. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, man, I think that's our show. Remember, it's a long weekend, guys. Drink responsibly. Or don't drink at all because you got a lot of pay-per-views. You have Great American Bash, All In, Saturday Night Main Event. That is a marathon within itself of wrestling.
Don't forget Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor that Friday. You also got SmackDown that Friday. And then you have Evolution Sunday. I hope that's at nighttime. Jesus Christ. And then you have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT, Wednesday Night Dynamite. Thursday, you're back here with us, hopefully. Friday is SmackDown. Saturday's Collision?
I think they go back. I don't know when Collisions go back to Saturdays, but honestly, they're doing the best things. They're doing offside Saturdays, so. But listen, man. Yeah, man, we're here until Brandy closes the show, so we're here to give out more opinions until Brandy closes the show. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now, okay?